Okay, so the first thing you need to know as a beginner is how to do a slip knot. So when you're doing a slip knot, this is how you're pretty much going to start majority of your projects. So you're going to cross your short tail over your long tail. The long tail is the yarn that is attached to your skein. And then you are going to insert your fingers into the loop and grab that long yarn and pull it through. Hopefully that makes sense. You can just watch what I'm doing, but you're just going to reach in and pull up a loop, okay? And then you're going to put your hook, well, you're going to insert your hook onto that loop and then pull your strings just to kind of make the loop tighter to begin working with it. So for most projects, you are going to start with a foundation chain. So to do a chain, you are going to yarn over and pull up a loop. It's very simple. So you're just going to yarn over and then pull through. Okay, yarn over and pull through, and you would do this for as many chains as it takes for the project that you're working on. It could be less, it could be more, but this is how you would start. Just yarn over and pull through. Alright, so once you have your desired amount of chains, the first stitch I'm going to show you is how to do a single crochet. So when doing a single crochet, you would always skip the first chain and start working in the second chain from your hook. So you would insert your hook into that second chain and pull up a loop, and you would have two hoops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops, and now you've just created a single crochet. So let's do it again. So you're going to insert your hook into your next chain, yarn over and pull through a loop, and once you do that, you should have two loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through two. You've just completed your second single crochet. So you would repeat that all the way down the row as needed. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Once you've completed all your single crochets, this is what your work would look like. Now the next stitch that I'm going to show you is how to do a half double crochet. So with half double crochets, you would always start in the third chain from your hook, and you would yarn over before inserting your hook into that stitch. So once you pull up a loop, you would have three loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all three loops. And that is how you complete your first half double crochet. So again, you're going to yarn over and then insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. And once you have all three, you're going to yarn over and then pull through all three loops. And then you would just repeat that for as much as you need to all the way down your row. Yarn over and pull through all three. And that is how you work a half double crochet. As you work on your row, this is what your work should look like once you've completed your stitches. This next stitch is fairly similar to a half double crochet. This will be a double crochet. So with double crochet, you're going to start in that third chain from the hook as well, and make sure you yarn over before inserting your hook. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through two, and then yarn over and pull through two again. So with double crochets, it's just one extra step. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and you should have three loops on your hook. So you're going to yarn over and pull through two, and then yarn over and pull through two again. And that is how you complete a double crochet. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over and pull through two, and then yarn over and pull through two again. And then you would just repeat that all the way down your row. Now, once you've completed your row, this is what your work would look like after you've completed a row of double crochets. The next stitch is fairly similar to the previous stitch, and it's just with an extra step. So you are going to yarn over twice this time, and then insert your hook into your next stitch and pull up a loop. And once you pull up that loop, you should have four loops on your hook. So you're going to yarn over, pull through two, and then you should have three. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through two, and then you should have two hoops, and then yarn over and pull through two. And now you've just completed making a treble crochet. So you're going to yarn over twice again, and then you're going to go into your next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through two, yarn over and pull through two again, yarn over and pull through two again. Okay, so that is how you complete a treble crochet. Now, this next technique, you may not use it often, but it's just something good to know how to do. So it is going to be back loop only. So when you're doing this stitch at the top of your row, it's going to look like a V, and there's a front loop and then there's a back loop. So right here, I've inserted my hook into the back loop, and I'm actually using a double crochet stitch. Now, when you're using this technique, you can use any stitch that you want. You can use single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, whichever one you prefer for your project. It's just a technique of using it in the back loop. Okay, so if you see, I yarned over, and then I'm going to insert my hook right here into this back loop. And then I'm pulling up my loop and yarning through two, and then yarning through two again to complete my stitch. So I'm just working in the back loop only. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a front loop and a back loop. So now I'm going to show you how to work in just the front loop only if the pattern does call for it. So in the front, you'll see I'm inserting my hook there. Okay. So this stitch right here in the front only. So we're not going through both, just the front one. So again, I am using this with double crochet, and you don't have to use a double crochet. It's whatever the pattern calls for. Pull through two, yarn over, and pull through two. Okay, so I am just going to continue inserting my hook into the front loop only. Now, this next technique is so simple, and it's actually one of my favorites, and you can use this with any stitch that you want, and it's the mesh stitch. So once you insert your first stitch, whether that could be double crochet, half double crochet, whichever, you're going to chain one. And then once you have that chain one, you're going to skip the next chain and then go into the following chain with your next stitch. Once you've completed your stitch, you're going to chain one and again skip the next chain and then go into the following chain. And this is how you create the mesh stitch. This is what gives it those the boxes. So you're going to chain one, and then you're going to skip the next chain and then go into the following chain, and then you'll repeat this all the way down your row. I find this technique to be so simple, and it's really easy to follow, and I like using it for most of my projects just because it works up really fast, and you don't really have to worry about whether the stitches are lining up properly or not. And I just like the fact that I can just work into the boxes instead of actual stitches. So say you're working on a project and it calls for a decrease. So I like to do single crochet decrease. So to start this, you would insert your hook into that first stitch and you will pull up a loop. And then instead of completing that stitch, you're going to go into your next stitch and pull up another loop. So you should have 3 hoops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So again, you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop, and then go into your following stitch again and pull up another loop, and you should have 3, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So that is how you do a single crochet decrease. Now I have seen on some patterns this is also called a single crochet 2 together. So they're both the same thing. You're just decreasing with single crochets, doing 2 at a time. Okay, so this last one I'm going to show you is how to do a magic ring / magic circle. So you are going to wrap your yarn around your 2 front fingers, and then on the back side you are going to cross them to create an X. Alright, so once you create an X, it's kind of hard to explain, so just watch what I'm doing. But you're going to insert your hook, and then you're going to grab your yarn that's on top of the yarn that you just went under and pull it out. I'm so sorry, y'all. I know I have a really hard time with explaining, so just watch me. Just watch me. So once you have your hook on there, you're going to chain up 3 or 2, however many you need, and then you would just begin by inserting your stitches into that ring. But that is what you would work out of. And once you finish inserting as many stitches as you need to for the project that you're working on, that is when you would just pull your short tail, and once you pull that, it's going to close the ring shut. Now, I know there are some people that find that to be extremely hard and super complicated. So if you don't want to use that method, there's another way. So you would start with a slip knot and chain up 4. Once you have your 4 chains, you're going to go into that first chain that you created. You're going to insert your hook there, and then you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. All right. So now once you have the 2 loops on your hook, you're going to pull that first loop into the other loop. And that is what we call a slip stitch. So that is how you would close the ring. The only thing with this method is, yes, it is super easy, but you aren't able to pull the string to make your ring tighter. So you're always going to have a small hole in the middle that you're working out of. But once you have your ring, you would chain up as many as you need and then insert as many stitches as you need into that ring or round, whatever you want to call it. So like I said, you would do that all the way around, and you're going to have this small circle in the middle that's not going to be able to close because we didn't do the magic ring where you're able to pull the string close.